All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining. Everybody, this is the Joe Wentz Project TV YouTube channel. It is currently 9:49 on this Saturday, October 14th, 2017, broadcasting live from this great United States of America in the state of South Carolina. And I'm joined by some special guests this evening. Once again, my co-host, Mr. Jim Guidry from Shreveport.
Hello, Joe.
How are you, man?
Doing
How are
good.
you?
How are
Good,
you
good,
tonight?
good. I'm all right, man, hanging in there. And we also have Mr. Synner and Adam from That Metal Stage podcast joining us as well. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
How's it going, boys? Hey, Joe. Hey, Jim.
Great.
How's it going,
Hey,
Synner?
great.
Good.
Doing
Welcome,
great,
guys.
gentlemen. Yes, thank you for joining, guys. By the way, it was a great podcast yesterday. Absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
great.
Oh, thank you, guys.
It was awesome, man. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Me too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Fantastic. Is everybody having a good weekend so far?
Yeah, I'm having a
it's been
great weekend so far.
Good.
No complaints. It's raining here, but it's good.
I think
It's been kind of miserable all day. But
yeah, I think Synner's experimenting the same thing, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Raining on
pretty
him.
much.
past 3 or 4 days, constant rain.
Oh wow, we haven't got nothing here yet, man. It's been pretty, so I can't complain.
I'll trade you.
It's been hot.
Trade the weather. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
ready for cool weather, man. I'm ready. I'm
We're
so
supposed to have
ready.
a cold front come in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we just got done with a birthday party earlier tonight. My grandson, he just turned 12, so we had homemade pizzas, hot wings, man, cake, the whole 9 yards. So it was, had a lot of fun with the kids, wrestling around, playing, having a good time, and Papa Joe's tired now.
Oh, yeah. They sucked the life right out of you, buddy. Yeah.
That'll do it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing, though, man. It was
No.
great. It was a lot of fun.
Good
It was
stuff.
a lot of fun, man. But yeah, man. So it was a great time. But we got some interesting things we'd like to touch on here with our special guest. Something that Jim brought up to me earlier in the week, because we talk about all four of us talk just about every night, just trying to bounce ideas of different things. And Jim brought up something to me that I didn't even think about, and then after some more research, I didn't even know. So, Jim, I'll turn it over to you, man. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. First, Timothy Pierce. Hello.
Hey, Timothy.
Chat. Yeah, we were talking, about like the EVH guitar line, and we were talking about it'd be cool if Alex had a a drum line like that, but which he does have the snare, the Alex Van Halen snare, which we were just talking about, a while ago. But I was just thinking it would be a whole kit, kind of like the EVH guitar, the standard, the Wolfgang, and the custom.
Right.
I just thought it'd be pretty cool.
You know what? I think you might be right, because he actually probably maybe brought that snare out first just to see how it would do, sort of like dip his feet in the pond just to see what it does, and then maybe that's what that might be the next step.
That's a great idea.
Right
That's a great idea.
I wasn't even thinking about that, actually. I thought, but actually, when you think about it, they might have just
test the waters.
Test the waters, yeah.
Yeah.
See what it does. I mean, I'm sure they were sold out instantly as soon as they brought them out, right? There's only how many made? What did we say? 1,000?
100.
100?
No, 100. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
100.
Wow.
Well, that's not a lot, right? So
No, not at all. Not
Hello,
at all.
TWF 7847.
TWF, what's
Hey,
going on, man?
Thanks for subscribing too. I just want to say thanks.
Cool. Yeah, man. What's up, Mr. TWF? So let me ask y'all this: didn't one of y'all say that snare was premiered at NAMM like last year or year before, something like that?
Yeah.
was it last year? Yeah, I remember it being
Okay.
premiered in NAMM. I'm not sure if it was last or the year before, but recent.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
it was. Yeah,
2017. Yep.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
I can read down the features of it.
Yeah, please do, Mr. Synner. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Please.
Limited to 100 worldwide. Includes an ATA anvil road case lined with blue velour. Certificate authenticity. Custom 24 karat gold Van Halen drum key.
Wow, man. Now, do y'all think that he waited too long to come out with any kind of drumming gear,
No,
or do you think he's been approached
Probably has.
before? I mean, what do y'all believe? What do you think?
no, I think the price point that it's at, $16.99. His fans are older and have more income.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what he's shooting for. So
Very nice. Very nice.
Bruce Anderson. Hello.
Bruce Anderson, Johnny Bean. How y'all doing, gentlemen? Thanks for joining. Thank you so much.
hey Bruce, hey
Thank you
Johnny.
very
Johnny.
Hey, boys.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
thanks
awesome.
for joining. Yeah, I think that those snares, I mean, at 100 a piece or 100 of them made, that's not a lot of snares really. To make
No,
but
it's not.
It's more of a. I'm starting to think maybe it is just to see what it does, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe they will come out with a kit. Everybody wants this sound, right?
Here's a copy of the
Very sought
certificate.
after sound. You get the gold key too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the certificate declares
Keep
this-
the key. Just give me the snare, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose the dress, keep the shoes.
Keep that gold plated key. I'll take the snare though. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
I was just going to say, so where Johnny said he's seen that AVS drum set at NAMM. Is that, Johnny, is that something that's going to be, offered, or is that just Alex's kit he used on tour? I think what I seen, it was the one he used on tour, but
I think it
he was
was.
there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was his tour kit, I believe. And I remember seeing those
I can
pictures
imagine
that Johnny put up
if
there
the
with
snare
that
was
kit.
6. But if the snare is 1600 and that kit's available, I hate to know what the whole kit would be.
Holy smokes, you ain't kidding, man.
You have to take out another mortgage.
Golly, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man. Yeah, that's
the certificate says it declares this drum has been blessed by Reverend Al. So I mean, there you go. He blessed it.
hallelujah.
Don't mind the
Praise the
$1,700
Lord.
price tag.
Fix me another fish sandwich, girl.
I'll bless stuff for $1.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny. Yeah. He said it was
Actually,
a tour kit, but yeah.
I think it was. Didn't Johnny do a little walkthrough of NAMM and actually show that snare?
He
That might have been
did.
the video. That's the
Yeah.
video I remember. That's the only one I remember.
That's the
why it
video I
jumps
saw
out.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had like
pretty
the
shiny,
bass.
man. It was a shiny looking.
It's like the bass drums had.
drum set.
It was like a double bass on each one. I mean, like it was two. Like
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it was 4 kick drums or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
a
I
beautiful
believe
drum
it.
set, though, man.
Oh,
Oof.
man. Can you imagine? Golly, man.
Imagine
Gorgeous,
poor
yeah.
guy's got to put it together. Just you
Yeah.
got to put it
Yeah,
together.
oh, man. Oh, boy. Yeah. You better make sure you got that thing right. If you was a drum tech, man.
Oh
How
yeah.
many gold keys he's got?
Yeah.
One around his neck, one in his pocket, on the side.
Oh, God, buddy.
Man, I
Don't
hate to be
lose
the
the
guy
key.
who had to detail that kit.
Oh,
The detailing brush. Wow.
good gracious alive. Wonder how many kits Alex has at his house. Does he have a whole bunch, like Eddie has a whole bunch of guitars in 5150, or it just makes me wonder. Wow.
I know this is not about Alex, but this side note, talking about like Alex having drums at home. I read this thing about Rush, and
Mhm.
how Alex and Geddy was going to kind of maybe do something, with they weren't going to call it Rush, of course, but they said that Neil didn't even have a set of drums at his house.
Really?
That, he's pretty much, he's pretty much that, I mean, now that's just me. What do I know? But the one I read, that he doesn't have any at home. So I think, he's got some issues with his, like arthritis, I think, or something with his feet or ankles or knees.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
thought I remember you hearing something about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does something like that. Yeah, I did hear
Yeah.
that actually too. But
Oh, that's a shame.
So that,
man.
he said like at the end it'd be like playing on two bloody stumps,
Oh, my
So,
God.
Yeah.
let's
But,
see.
can you imagine not having a set of drums at your house, especially after,
Oh, man. After all that wonderful music that he's created, oh, man, that would drive me nuts, man. I mean, that's like not having guitars here to play,
Right.
Yeah, that was.
That'd drive me crazy. I'd be like, oh, no.
You'd probably build you one, wouldn't you, Joe? With a 2x4 and a string. Pickup.
Yeah.
I actually seen a guy on YouTube that had one, that built one, and had like
Have you seen those people that people that make them guitars and they use like shovels and stuff, and I was like, really?
Yeah, I
was
actually
like-
seen. I like
I
those
was like,
cigar. I like those guys who make those cigar box guitars. They're pretty cool.
Now those are cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
just
seen the
can't.
guy who played the shovel though. Yeah, I forget what
I
the
was
guy's
like,
name is.
I was like, dude, what? I don't know.
Just go get you.
Go get a Fender Squire, man. I mean, come on. Good Lord, dude. You ain't got to go to Home Depot and get a shovel and put strings on
Oh,
it.
shit.
I mean, come on, man. I was like, really, dude? Man, golly. You might be, you know what, if you grab a guitar and put some, it's like, okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Mr. Bean says that Alex Van Halen's drum set was also on display in Nashville for this past.
Okay.
Oh, cool. John Constantine, how are you, sir? Welcome to
Hey,
the
John.
party. Welcome to the party.
I wonder if Johnny tried to get in there and play.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Ain't no telling. Man. Oh, anyway, here's something else that I wanted to bring up to y'all too, and the people listening, or even people on the replay or whatever. In 2009, there was, everybody's familiar with Guitar Hero. When that first came out, it was like really huge, right?
Right.
But in 2009, man, Guitar Hero released the Van Halen version of the game. And my son had that game. This is how I know. This is the only way I know this. My son had that game, and he started playing it. And he called me back there when he says, "Dad, come here, let's check this out." I went back there. He said, "Look at this. You ain't going to believe this." So he selects whatever era of Van Halen he's wanting to play, to do the levels. So he goes back to like Van Halen 1, so you go back there and you see Eddie playing with the white guitar with the black stripes, and he looks like he's 21, 22 years old,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it shows Dave, and he's doing all his stuff, and it shows Alex, and I was like, man, that looks pretty cool. Then it shows the bass player, and it's Wolfgang. I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. How did Wolfgang get a hold of the keys of the DeLorean and go back and jam with his father on stage, man? So, but that was how they cut Michael Anthony out of that whole deal, man. Because do y'all remember when they was trying to erase his images off the albums?
Yeah.
And all that stuff?
Yeah.
And they really cut him out of that game right there. I was like, you know what, man? I was like, wow. That was crazy. That was crazy, man.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Bishop.
Michael Bishop. Hey, buddy. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, man, that's incredible that he was a founding member,
Yeah.
What a solid bass player, too.
God, yeah, man. Yeah. They're going to be right up here, man, in the next few days. About to say chicken. The Circle, excuse me. The Circle, yeah. Going to be up here. It's like, man, golly. And that would be so cool to be able to see them. Adam Scheinberg, how are you, sir? Welcome.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
But something that, speaking of, Alex coming out with this drum head and all, which I don't know, I don't know. It's just my opinion, man. Just speculation. Yeah, just speaking my opinion. It makes me wonder why he waited this long. Like Synner said, his fans are probably older now. They might have some more money and all that. But I remember in Sammy's book when they went to do the reunion 04 reunion tour, Sammy said in his book that the brothers needed money. But he mainly talked about Alex, how much in debt Alex was. I mean, he was millions and millions of dollars in debt because of bad investments in the past, which it can happen to anybody. Anybody can make bad investments, man. I mean, that's just a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I was like, it said, like Jim said earlier when we were going over some notes here, Jim said, I bet they both wish they stayed with Cabo Wabo. I said, I bet they do too.
Do they ever?
They do too. My God, man, because when that first came out, man, it wasn't making no money.
Yeah.
And he kept having to get more money from Mike, Eddie, and Alex. And then Eddie and Alex were, kind of getting a little disgruntled, to say it politely. He's like, man, look, dude, we can't keep giving you more money and sinking money. And so they finally said they were done with it. So Sammy bought their shares out, and but see, Michael stayed in it. He stayed in it, man. So I think that might be
Yeah, you
why
wonder
there's
if that's a, yeah.
a little.
Good point.
Speculation. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that might be a little frustration and mixed emotions there.
Well, Sammy's definitely doing a lot better than Eddie and Alex put together financially.
Oh well, yeah.
He's got other things going too. So I mean, it's tequilas. I mean, he's got other drinks and sauces, and he's into cooking stuff. And I mean, the guy's got it all.
Did y'all hear what Joe Satriani said? I think he told Eddie Trump the other day. He got a phone call from Sammy saying that he was dedicating 2018 to Chickenfoot.
How about that?
Oh, that'd be great.
And Satch said, he had a busy schedule, but he was going to do everything, to. Because he said he was kind of surprised that, because Sammy's got so much going on with, he's got his hand in everything, And, man, I hope when I'm 70, I can do what he's doing, be in the shape, you know what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, boy.
He's in great shape.
Sammy's a machine, yeah. Look at him. He's still rocking. The guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. So he's going to dedicate 2018. Sammy's going to dedicate his time to Chickenfoot. So that tells me right there. Now, anything can happen, but that tells me right there. There's, is there nothing going to happen with Van Halen? Him and Van Halen?
Don't sound like it.
Probably not. But I'll tell you, Chad Smith's been waiting for a long time. They've been waiting on Chad Smith from all.
They've been waiting on him for what, a few years, right?
That's what I mean. So he's free, so now they're going to start doing stuff, which is great.
I think it was Synner that told me that when the Chili Peppers go on tour, they tour for like 2 years.
Yeah, like 2.5 years on that.
I was like, God almighty, son. Man. Let's see.
Adams, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wanting to look at the chat. Adam says he digs Al's Thrones, uses them on his drum kit. Adam Scheinberg, you got a drum kit? Is that what you're talking about? Adam also says Sammy had and has multiple businesses. Oh yeah, he's invested wisely. Bruce Anderson says going broke, getting rich.
Yeah, that happens. Right?
You ain't lying.
It comes down to spend more than you make.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Adam Scheinberg also says Sammy had his beverage companies and even had mountain bike shops, if I recall correctly from his book. Adam Scheinberg, you are correct. Wow. You are correct, because he started he started trying to actually he started building his own mountain bikes, and they had a little shop in California, and the demand got so great that he couldn't keep up with the demand. Wow. So they went to get the all the parts and stuff from, like, I don't know, Japan or China, somewhere overseas. Mm-hmm. And it just got to where that's right when the mountain bike market was really taking off, really starting to, and but he also says in his book where there's some things he invested in it that just tanked, like a clothing line, and all this stuff. It just, it didn't work.
You wonder how much bad advice to get, outside advice about.
I'm sure.
Invest here.
When you got money, I'm sure you have to be very, very cautious.
Just ask Alex Van Halen's investors and brokers. They're the ones that probably make it broke.
Yeah, that's true.
Bad advice will tell you. My God. Man, time for a new drum set. Time for a new drum line. Man.
With a gold key.
Yeah.
He'll be selling jeans before you know it. He'll be selling his own line of jeans, man.
The new OU812 button fly. Oh, money.
You never know.
Let me have a pair of them. What the hell? Not bad. He's getting a gamma. Oh, God. Please not right now.
Oh, no.
Please not right now.
Don't you start. Oh boy.
Oh, I'll have to mute if you keep going.
PM Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific.
Oh, God. Please don't. Jesus Christ.
What was that?
I don't know. Who knows? Somebody keeps cracking the code to get in here, doing all that. I don't know who that dude is. Man. Oh, God. This turned into freaking Phil Hendry show. I don't know what happened. All right, let's see. Adam Scheinberg says if they need money, maybe that'll help motivate a new album. I don't know, man. That's a great question. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
Well-
you know, they're sitting on a gold mine. You know, think about it. You know, it's just if they did do something, it'd be gold, man. You know.
Yeah, but that's what, like I've said before. We know, you know. I mean, just my own conclusion or guess. Eddie's making a killing off EVH products, which is great. Which that's his baby. He should be very profitable. So I'm like, you know, does he really?
Right.
Does he want to go out on tour again, or is he like, look, man, I've done what I've set out to do. I'm just going to kick back and chill and watch my kid do his thing. So it kind of just makes you wonder, you know, like what's going on,
Right.
you know?
Hey, Joe, I see where T.W.P says he's talking about the PVHP2 and, you know, the value for it being its U.S.-made guitar. Yeah, you know, that is true. I mean, it is a, you know, you just wonder where, you know, of course, I hadn't read a lot about it, but you wonder if you compared it to the EVH, you know, how close the comparison is, or
I
just
heard
what
that.
sets it apart, you know.
Yeah, that's a great question, TW. Because from what I've heard, and I'm sure y'all have heard the same thing, they made these PVHP2s for the past NAMM show. Those were parts that were left over from the original PVs, and that's what they made these guitars with. Is that right, Synner? Have you heard that too?
That's what I heard too.
That's what I
Okay.
heard too. Yeah.
And they're USA made,
Yeah.
yes, but they are very expensive. But they
They're a
look
beautiful guitar, though.
They're beautiful. Oh man,
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
yeah.
Man,
They
those
are
PVR
gorgeous.
stops are gorgeous.
Gorgeous
Guitars.
guitars, yes,
They sure are.
they are, man.
Well, you can get that, or you can get the Alex Van Halen drum.
Snare drum with the gold key.
Yeah, for the same money.
And the
True.
certificate, right? The certificate.
God, just buy that and have it sitting in your floor. There's Alex Van Halen's snare. What are you doing with it? Hell, I don't know. I just thought I'd buy one.
And you know, ever since Synner's got that Kiesel, you know, I've kind of been checking out their website. Man, that's really bang for the buck. No, for the
don't look at their credit lines.
But for bang for the buck, though. I mean, you know, you can't beat it. Yeah.
Soon, Jim's gonna have a katana and a Kiesel.
Oh, but.
And an Alex Van Halen snare drum.
Living in a box. Living in a box somewhere.
Well, Jim, you can always stay on my couch. It's all good.
Oh, no.
You might just have to share some nights. Sweetwater. It's a big couch. Come, baby.
You know, they all send us all a Sweetwater shirt. I mean, gosh.
I know, right?
You would think with all the money you spend, I mean, come on, man. What's wrong with a free shirt?
They keep sending candy. They keep sending candy. Give me a triple X shirt.
Give me a T-shirt, mother.
That truss rod cover on Synner's Kiesel's kick-ass.
Oh, isn't that killer?
That is cool. I saw that.
Customized cover. That's pretty sweet.
That is
what a gorgeous guitar, man. Wow.
Absolutely.
That's a beauty.
It is my favorite currently.
And that's saying something too. Now, that's saying something.
Oh, it is. Yeah, sure is.
You know,
Adam Scheinberg makes a statement. He says, "I won't hold my breath. If they would just put their BS aside, they should tour with Sam and Dave. But they're so thick-headed."
I agree.
There you go.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly why.
You know, just think of the money that'd be generated on that. With
Oh my God!
That would be insane.
And, yeah.
Do you know the money that was generated between the Sam and Dave tour and what was that, 2000 or whatever? I mean, that made mega money, and that was just Sam and Dave. Can you imagine if they were both with Eddie, Al, and Mike?
Oh man!
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, just think the T-shirt sales
just too stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
They're too stubborn, so it's too bad.
See, that goes back to my statement before. You know, does he need to do that? Probably not. Does he want to? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, but it would just be nice to.
For the fans, you know.
I mean, yeah. Let me ask y'all here. Would y'all like to see another go around with them? Or are you satisfied with what they've done? Like if they called it quits today, would you just like, hey, okay, it was a good run. I'm cool.
That's pretty much what. Yeah.
No, I want to go see him. I want
I-
to see him
yeah.
again. I want to take my kids to a show before they call it a night. You know, I want my kids to see him. I've seen him a couple times, and I seen him back in the early '90s, and then in the late, I guess it was early 2000s when he was a mess, right? So,
Oh, that was a reunion tour, yeah.
yeah, he was a mess.
I just kind of feel like it's already done. You know, I think there's already.
Oh, we're never going to see.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's been speculated to death, but I mean,
yeah,
it just.
Well, isn't next year the 30th anniversary of Van Halen when they first released their first album? Isn't that next year's 30 years anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, golly, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is man, it would be a Money in the Bank, but.
I'll give you my opinion on that. I would pay to see Sammy with them, but I wouldn't pay to see Dave with them.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too.
Been there, done that. Want my money back, but that ain't gonna happen.
I seen that performance on the Jimmy Kimmel show, which I don't watch. I don't really watch Jimmy Kimmel, but I did see Van Halen when they were live at night. The one when Dave
busted his nose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, it was wouldn't. I don't know.
Wasn't what you thought it was going to be.
No.
I'm not going to
it was great to see him again.
I don't want to go see a guy walk around and twirl batons for 3 hours, pay $300 to watch him do it, and then smash his nose open. Wow. Too much. He's just too much of a showboater for me. Back
Timothy
in the day,
Pierce said it's 40 years.
In 40 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 40.
I'm sorry. You're right,
sorry,
Mr. Pierce. I'm sorry, man. I was totally wrong. My bad.
Well, I agree with
Mr. Pierce,
that.
one of those gold keys. One of those gold keys from the and the certificate. Right. Don't forget the certificate.
Sammy's got a lot more energy though. I think Sammy's still got it.
Well, he's doing pretty darn good for 70, I would say.
Yeah.
God.
I'm not taking nothing away from Dave. I love the early Van Halen. I love it. But today, if you have to go see him, man, you're going to see a better show with Sammy.
Right.
Just my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. Adam Scheinberg says, another Sam and Dave tour? No, there ain't no way. I don't. Well, I mean, only way that would happen is if it was with Eddie, Alan, Mike. But for just them two together, Sammy said he wouldn't do that again. He said it because Dave's too weird. That's what he says. He said, that guy's too weird, man. That's what he said.
Out there.
Yeah. If they didn't include Mike, then Sammy wouldn't do it anyway. So
no.
They're a team, right? They stick together. So.
Yeah, Sammy and Mike, they stick together. T.W.P says, I think they're acting like a bunch of crybabies. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierce says, I wish they all would do another release and tour. I'm right there with you, Mr. Pierce. Adam Scheinberg says, 1978 was the first album, right? Yes. Yeah, and then Timothy Pierce says 40 years. Joe, yes, correct. I apologize for that miscalculation. 78 was the first album, Mr. Scheinberg. Yeah, absolutely, man. Michael Collins. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for joining, man.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you for joining the show, man. And, okay, for me personally, to tell you the honest truth, if they called it quits today, I would be satisfied with what they've done so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh man, because I'm like, this, it's, he's got his own deal going. He's probably, he's probably getting to the point now where he's like, he can't really jump around and stuff like he used to could.
I think he plays better now, though. I actually think when I seen him in the early 2000s, he played like garbage. He was
ripped, man. He was ripped.
That's right.
He was.
But he was off. Now if you watch some of the shows from what was it, T12, the last year?
Oh, he was on fire.
Man. Yes.
He was on fire. Yeah, that's because he's sober.
I'd love to see that again. One more time.
Yeah.
Sammy and Michael's voice together is just, oh man, it's when you hear
that's
the circle
gold.
Our chicken's gold. Yeah, man.
It's
when
you hear
Van Halen with
Halen, that's right.
Michael Anthony, man, it ain't Van Halen without him.
Nope.
It's not. It's to me.
It's too bad.
I don't know.
He brought the energy, right? He's in a league of his own. Just his voice too. I mean, wow.
Right. Adam Scheinberg says Sammy's voice still sounds great. Dave's a great showman, but it doesn't match the voice. That's Adam Scheinberg's statement.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. It's just you know, I don't know. It's just
But that video game deal, that's wild, So just
I
like
wasn't
you
very
said.
good. I played that game once. That rock.
Oh yeah,
What do you guys? What's it called?
I'm
Guitar
terrible
Hero?
at it.
Yeah, Guitar
Oh, me
Hero.
too.
Yeah.
I
Probably
never
at a
could play it.
party, and I remember being really bad, really, really bad. Kids were killing me on it. I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah, me too.
wow, I can't play this."
yeah, I can't play that game either. I don't see how they do it, man. I was like,
It's kind of like what you said, Center. Is if you play, you almost it's like it's backwards or something.
Right.
It goes against your brain. I know
yeah,
Alex, and he had a friend that used to play it. And man, he could do all that. It was incredible how fast he could do all that stuff. And I thought,
yeah. I saw this one boy on what was it on YouTube or something one time where he like did Guitar Hero, but it was for the Eddie's Piece Eruption, and he like did it, and he's like, I got a perfect score. I'm like, yeah, dude, play it on guitar. I mean, that's a freaking game. That don't mean nothing. But when that stuff first came out, man, I don't know, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago? But them things sold like hotcakes, man. People were buying that stuff because I remember that was a big thing at Christmas that year. Man, they were buying the heck out of that stuff. Man, Blackie DH, what's happening, man?
A bunch of bands did that, I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you can pick that stuff up on the buy and sell for, $30.
Oh man, you
$40.
probably get it for
the whole
nothing now.
thing. I see drum sets and guitars and all that stuff for $50. Come
Right.
take it away, yeah.
Yeah, come take it away. Get
Pretty
it out
much.
of here.
Get it out of here, yeah.
Get it
It's
out of
going to the
here.
curb.
It's on
Yeah.
clearance. Man. Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, yeah, I mean, I would love. Personally, I wouldn't be able to go see the guys Van Halen.
Yeah, I couldn't
I couldn't afford it. But if they did put out I would like to see them put out another live DVD. Which I mean, people say, well, just go to YouTube. Yeah, but I like to see a professionally engineered concert video like they did with
Live Without a Net.
Live Without a Net and Live Right Here, Right Now. Stuff like that. I just like to see another one of those. If it would be at all possible, but that stuff costs a lot of money too when they have that done. But I would like to see that
do
one more time.
I bet you they'll do it. They will.
If they did that, that would be cool, in my opinion.
They have to go out some way. They're going to do something big. I don't know what it will be, but
it
could be something like that. It could be a big box set or big live tour. I'm sure he's going to do something up.
Well, maybe Gene
away
Simmons will help him out with that. He's good with that.
Oh yeah, right.
In the Van Halen vault.
It might cost you $10,000, but
yeah.
Oh god, that don't even get me started on that.
That's my
Oh man, he's nuts. He's nuts.
Lord. Adam says, didn't they sell a DVD from? I don't know, what is that in Tokyo?
Somewhere in Tokyo.
A DVD? What do you mean? From what tour? I have no idea.
Be more specific, Mr. Seinberg.
Yeah, I don't know what tour that's. I have no idea, Mr. Adam Scheinberg. I don't know.
I've never heard. What, Van Halen did a tour and they captured it and.
Adam was asking a different kind of truth. He says, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know either. No.
I don't know if they did. It must have been some.
They did. They did a live album.
Okay.
DVD thing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know nothing about it. I wasn't crazy about that album, so I wouldn't have known anyway.
No, it didn't sound very good to me.
I didn't like it. My son had it for a day, and he gave it to me. He goes, "Here, Dad, check this out." And I said, "Okay." And I listened to it, and I was like, I listened to it on the way to work. It takes me an hour to get to work, and I listened to it. I was like, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Nope, I don't like it."
Actually, that the one they did with Gary Sharon, it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't really have a problem with Sharon's voice. With it. I mean, I thought he did pretty good considering what he was stepping into.
You talking about? I'm sorry, you talking about Sharon? Yeah. He did a great job, absolutely. but it just wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
And Sharon was there to. It was just not the right place and the right time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't the right fit. And Sharon was just, at that point in time, from what I understand, from the things I've read, Eddie was calling all the shots then. And he just pretty much was telling Gary, hey, man, do this, because when Gary Sharon would come out wearing whatever for the tour, the guys kind of looked at him and was like, why are you wearing that? And he goes, this is what I want to wear. And he's like, okay, that's cool. But so but they did part on good terms. And Gary Sharon has always gave respect to the guys, So he, I thought he did great vocally and all that. It just wasn't a great fit in my opinion.
Right.
It's hard.
I mean, there was
it's hard.
There was 2 or 3 songs that was pretty good, But I mean, collectively as a whole,
But now you know how the Dave Lee Roth fans feel when Sammy came in, right? A lot of people don't. And I love Sammy.
True.
But that's exactly how they felt, right? Oh,
but to be fair, he makes a fair point.
Yeah.
T.W.P says, that Eddie had that hip replacement surgery and some other issues that made it harder for him to perform. Maybe that's why he's not performing on stage.
It could be. It very well could be, Mr. T.W.P. That's right. I mean, hell, I don't. What do I know? I don't have no idea about his personal stuff he's dealing with his hip or anything else. I mean, but you're right. It could be.
Sure, yeah.
Could be anything.
I can relate to that. So I know.
Yeah, you had that surgery.
Yeah,
didn't
sure
you? Last almost a year ago, right?
Yeah. December will be a year. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I can just imagine, for him and what he did,
Yep. Let's see. Adam Scheinberg says, I like Gary Sharon, but I didn't dig the chemistry. Timothy Pierce makes a statement.
Yeah, I love Extreme. I love Gary's
I love
work
Extreme, Extreme is awesome.
Phenomenal singer, yeah, but just obviously it wasn't a good fit.
Oh, man, let me go back up here. These comments are moving, which is a good thing. Let's see. Timothy Pierce says, yes, I would love the V8 Super Tour with a box set. That's a great idea. I probably could not afford to go as the tickets would be outrageous, but I would buy the box set with the video, Mr. Pierce says. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think I'd have to do that too, especially if it's a 40th anniversary thing,
Right.
Yeah, I think Adam EVH is right. I think they got to do something.
They will.
I mean, they got to do something to make some big bank on this 40th anniversary.
And they're hurting for money. They got to be. Well, yeah. Alex. We know Alex is, but Eddie's guitar line only brings in so much, right?
Well, that is a great question, Mr. Adam EVH, because I've wondered that myself. I'm sure it brings in a great amount of revenue, but it's like, I don't know how much, how much is enough?
Yeah.
And not to shift gears, but I want to ask Synner a question. Something you and Adam were talking about on y'all's podcast the other day about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So when you went there, you were talking about like the metal section was kind of small,
right?
As opposed to the other. I mean, is it broke down in genres? And is that how it is?
No, not really. But I don't know if they purposely did that or it looked like a closet. I mean.
Right.
He had Lemmy's small, boots were in there, and some random things. And Metallica's was decent size, but it wasn't huge. That's for sure.
Right. But did they have did they have sections for each for each genre or for bands?
Well, it kind of goes in order.
Gotcha. Okay.
Curious, Elvis has his own basically wing, and so does Jimmy. But yes, deservingly. But then you get to that area where it's like the metal genre.
Yeah, gotcha.
You can see the size difference. Even Guns N' Roses
Metallica had
was
their
small.
own room. Like Metallica had their own room center.
No, it was like a closet space.
Okay, well, I've never been there. It's not far away, but I've never been there. Yeah.
Well, you figure the term hard rock. I mean, or the not hard rock, but Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You would figure it would be. Just my opinion. It would be more rock and harder rock, and even into the metal, I'm not knocking some of the groups that are in there. Of course, they're there because of of what the longevity of what they, of course, the talent they are. But there seems like there'd be a Hall of Fame for one
There's
genre.
there's
you know
no
what I'm
rhyme or
saying?
reason for
Right,
how anything happens in that place.
right. But you just see it every year. The people who get left out, who
That's what I mean.
obviously should be in there.
There's very deserving people that should be in there, and they're not because of other things.
Sure. But yeah, I just wonder, Synner. I just wonder what it was like in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was off in the corner too. It wasn't like the more popular like pop music and stuff. That was centralized when you walked into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, the heavy metal section, you had to walk around the whole thing. It was like shoved to the back door is what it felt like.
Right.
Like, oh, we'll just put it in this little corner, right?
So what kind of music was at the center stage? What would you say like
When
jumped
you walked
out at
in?
you? Like,
Well, I mean, it was, Stevie Wonder, and it had like elevators, different levels.
mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's a pretty massive.
It's huge. I mean, they had a huge Pink Floyd display. It was like at the very top. They had like part of the wall, the wall from the movie, and that was like a whole big section. But that was cool.
That is cool.
Wow,
man.
How long did it take you to go through it all? Just curious.
About 2.5 hours, I think.
Wow.
I would love to go through that. Oh man, that would be so cool.
It reminded me of going to a mall.
Right.
It had escalators. Okay. It had escalators up and down.
Yeah.
They had places to eat and stuff. And
just
curious,
Oh yeah, they got food.
Synner and I were talking. Before you know it, they're not gonna call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're gonna change it. They're gonna call it the Music Hall of Fame. Because
there you go.
Probably so. Yeah.
Because of other artists and other types of genres that are qualifying as rock, like rap artists, are starting to get nominated. So how is that possible? But anyways, long story short, they're all gonna. It's gonna be before you know it, they're gonna wipe that name out. It'll be called the Music Hall of Fame.
It will.
Right.
I think it will too. It's just a matter. It's just a matter of time.
It just. Well, you gotta be politically correct these days. So.
Yeah.
You gotta include you gotta include everybody. So that's how it's going.
See where Timothy Pierce says that Sean from the Jackson Charville EVH Custom Shop was out of surgery, so he's a great person to keep him in our thoughts.
Oh wow, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that. Letting us know that. Excuse me.
Hey, Paul Glover, how are you tonight, man?
Mr. Glover, yes sir. Adam Scheinberg says on Van Halen 3, Eddie sang one of the songs. He sounded horrible. Sounded like he drank one too many. Oh, yeah, I know what song you're talking about.
I know that.
Yeah, he sounded creepy. It sounded creepy, man. I was like, who is that? And I was like, oh,
you see what Mr. T.W.P says there about net worth? Maybe we're all wrong.
Alex Van Halen has a net worth of $75 million compared to $85 million with Eddie. Maybe they don't need.
I guess I'll just.
He's good.
Wow.
Yeah, he's good. Man,
wow, that's awesome.
Bad investments. He's still doing good for that kind of money.
Michael Bishop makes an interesting statement, guys. I think Phil X would be a good match for Van Halen, singing and playing, if he was not doing stuff with Bon Jovi. Wow. I know one thing: he's a kick-ass guitar player, and he's a damn good singer too.
Sure,
Phil X. Yeah, Phil X. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But I think, just from my personal opinion, I think they've had their fill of singers. I wouldn't want to see another singer in there and be like, damn, really? I'd be like, God almighty.
Right.
But that's just me. What do I know?
Either Sammy or Dave. It has to be Sammy or Dave.
Synner, you got a question from Blackie DH. He says, hey, Synner, LTD question, the EC401 or the older version of the EC400. He said he knows you're the man on LTD guitars.
I'm going to try to find the comment. EC401 or the older. I would go to the older version, especially if you can get it used. But they're both good, so you can't go wrong.
They make some nice guitars, boy. ESP. I don't think you can go wrong. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to comment on what Mr. Pierce said. I didn't mean to interrupt anybody. Mr. Pierce says, anybody checked out Tone Talk? Great show with David Freeman as a special guest every 2 weeks. Yes, that is a great show.
Yep.
Check out Tone Talk on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's Mark Kuzinski's show. Yeah, absolutely. Great show.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a great show, man. Mark has got it going on with that show. That's awesome. Congratulations to Mr. Kuzinski.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Well deserved.
Timothy Pierce says, I love you guys as well, except Joe. Joe, you can go jump in the lake and go get a gamma. What? Oh, not again. Damn.
This broadcast brought to you in part by Bossier Coffee House.
And moon pie.
Where the coffee pot's always on.
And little Debbie cakes.
This broadcast brought to you in
Thanks,
part by
Mr.
Little Debbie Cakes, snack cakes. Oh, God. Adam Scheinberg, shots fired. Oh, Lord mercy. No, that was not no shots fired at all, man.
No.
Lord of mercy. Let's see here.
Joe, do you got a little Debbie cake there?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. No, sir. I do not. We had actual cake from my grandson's birthday party, so there was not no.
Let's talk about this cake here.
It was from Publix. Publix birthday cake. Yes.
Did the little Susie bake it for you?
Little Susie's on the up. Oh, what?
I was thinking that.
Yeah, badass song. I love that song by Tesla.
I do too.
Oh God.
What a great line.
And you know they're still touring. I mean, they're still knocking it out. You know, I mean,
I did not know that until recently. Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, speaking of some more music, Steve Vai is currently mixing a Generation X album to be released pretty soon from his Generation X tour with Yngwie Malmsteen, Zakk Wylde, Nuno Betancourt, of course, Steve Vai, and that other guy. Y'all said his name, and I can't remember. I can never remember his name.
Tosin Abasi.
Thank you. Yes, Vigilant. How are you, sir? Yeah, man.
Hey, Vigilant.
Yeah, he's mixing that album right now. So I can't wait till that comes out. I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Man, that's gonna be so cool.
That tour.
Oh, you did? Okay, wow. That's right. You did go to that. That's right. 'Cause you remember you sent me some pictures and shit. That's right. I forgot. Man.
To me, Nuno was the one that stood out.
Oh man. Nuno is just
I watched every note.
Amazing.
He is amazing.
He's an amazing guitar player, man.
He sure is.
Man.
Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
Mr. Pierce says, yes, I'm waiting for Mr. Vi. Yeah, I gotta. Good night, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for joining the show, man.
Yes,
Good night, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Have a great evening.
Great weekend.
Thank you very much. Yes, have a great weekend. Yes.
Yeah, Steve Vai.
Yeah. Oh man, have y'all watched? It's on YouTube. Have y'all watched Nikki Sixx's new thing he's got? It's called Sixth Sense.
Yes.
Have y'all seen that?
I
That is
haven't
an
seen
amazing
the video
man.
though, with Steve Vai. No, I haven't seen it, but you guys mentioned it to me. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Still.
Check that
Yeah,
out.
me
It's
too.
got he's got two different kind of things. He's got where he interviews the artist, and then he has another one called My Favorite Riff with whoever the artist is. So he'll have like Sixth Sense,
This is Sixth Sense with Nikki Sixx.
some whatever, and he'll interview like Steve Vai, and he's talking to him, and then you'll see another part,
My favorite riff with Steve Vai and Nikki Sixx.
and he'll talk to Steve Vai about, hey, what's your favorite riff? And he's got his guitar and stuff. He's like, well, this is my favorite, this first Led Zeppelin tune, and I was like, man, and it's just cool to see them in that little element, in that little
Killer
studio, on the couch talking, and they just start ripping it, man.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool. Sixth Sense with Nikki Sixx, and his book, Heroin Diaries.
Yeah.
The 10th anniversary is coming out on the 24th of this month on Audible. I've got that on my wish list. I want to be getting that. I can't believe that book is already 10 years old. And so
Yep.
I'm
So
looking forward to
You haven't
that.
read that yet, then, Joe?
My son has it. My son's read
Yeah,
it
I
a
read
couple
it,
of times. He said it was amazing.
Yep.
Haven't read it yet. No.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Jimbo. What was you going to say?
I was just gonna say where Adam said Daryl Hall has a cool show. Live from Daryl's house. Yeah, that is a killer show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, very cool. Very good show.
One of my, of course, Billy Gibbons was on there, but I like Chris Daughtry. I like his voice. Remember Daughtry from American Idol, who he didn't win, but remember he's got some pretty good stuff. And I've always liked his voice, but he was really good on there, along with Billy Gibbons. I mean, there's a lot of great ones on Daryl's house.
Yeah.
It's a cool show, though.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Daryl Hall,
That's for
fantastic singer and songwriter.
Is he in Michigan? Where is he from? Synner?
That's a good question.
He's a Detroit boy, isn't he?
Daryl Hall,
He's
from
from-
Hall & Oates.
Yeah,
Oh,
Daryl Hall.
I
Yeah, he
don't-
grew
I
up in
don't know.
Detroit, did he not?
He might have.
He's a Motown boy. Yeah, I thought so.
I'm not
It's
sure.
a good show though. His show is great. Yeah, I like watching
All the stuff that comes through there.
That's so cool to see all the musicians
cool,
he
yeah.
jams with, and that is so cool to be able to collaborate like that.
Yep.
Dry Heat 480 makes a statement. Hey Joe, love your channel. EVH is a legend, but have any of you guys got into Michael Schenker, especially the old UFO days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Strangers
Love
in the Night,
Shaker.
one of the best live albums
Man,
ever.
I love
Yeah.
Michael Schenker.
There you go.
UFO. Yep. Killer stuff, man. Killer player.
Oh
Joe?
hell yeah, he's absolutely amazing.
See, TWF gives you some advice there about your Epiphone.
TWF says, all I can say, Joe, is that if you decide to get an Epiphone SG or SG, you won't regret it. Just an amazing tone machine. Thank you, Mr. TWF.
Killer. Nice.
I take it that he has one. That's awesome. I like to hear
Yep.
other people's opinions about the instruments. That's fantastic.
Sounds like somebody who knows what he's talking about.
The Vigilant says it would be great to see Steve Vai play a couple of songs from Modern Primitive live. Yeah, it's just Steve Vai is one of those guys that I love to listen to and watch, but I in no way, shape, or form do I want to try to
Emulate him?
because I can't.
Yeah, right.
I'm like no,
That dude's
you know,
from
like
another
that's
planet.
that's
He's
cool, man,
unbelievable.
but I can't handle that stuff. You
Did
know?
y'all see that YouTube video of him playing? And he's playing live, and his amp catches on fire, or it blows out, or
Yeah,
whatever.
it blows
Did
out
y'all-
on
have
stage,
y'all ever seen
on
that?
live. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Unbelievable.
I've seen the thing for that on YouTube, but I haven't actually watched the video. I've seen the thumbnail for it. Like Steve Amps. Who is Steve Amps?
Yeah.
Steve Amps here for Guitar Center.
Oh, no. Fast amp blows up. I'm like, what? I was like, his amp blows up. I was like, oh, God.
Isn't that your sales rep guy, Joe, at American
Stop.
Music?
Put the whip down, will you? Okay, go ahead. Sorry, what now?
Isn't that your guitar guy at American Musical, Steve Amp?
Steve Amps. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you for calling American Musical. This is Steve Amps. Can I help you?
Can you help me with a guitar?
Hell no. My name's Steve Amps, mother. What do you think I'm?
Okay. No, anyway. No, man, American Musical, great company. I love it.
yeah.
I've been using them for 20 years now. Great company, man. Just having a little fun here. Yeah, but thank you for that, TWF. Yeah, about the SG.
Joe, how much is that?
More
how much
likely,
is that, the Epiphone you're looking at? That one.
well, I sent you a message, Jim, earlier. Was it today or yesterday? That I took that out of my shopping cart. I think it was the Epiphone SG. Now I done put the Steve Vai Jim Jr. in there. In the shop.
That cart just got the wheel broke off. You done used it so many times, the wheels broke off, it wobbles.
Yeah, you do what I do, Joe. Right? You put something in the cart, and then you stew on it a few days, and then you might change your mind, or you just take it out.
I'm bad about that, man. I'm like, I like this, and then like 2 days later, nah, let me, I like this better.
Oh
Oh my God. Yeah,
One click away from divorce.
Well,
It's
that's
like,
how
oh no,
Sweetwater is. You just it's
I
one
don't
click
want
shopping. It's like they make it easy.
I hear the couch. I hear the couch being made up.
I hear
right now.
it. Yeah. Get the pillows
Covering up
ready.
the couch.
Get the comforter ready.
Yeah. Steve Amps
Wait,
is calling.
did I
He'll
say
talk
that
to you.
loud?
Oh boy.
Steve Amps. Steve
He'll
Amps
be calling.
Hello.
Yes, this is Steve Ham.
No, excuse me. Oh, how did you get my number?
Sorry, I'm on the
Oh.
couch. I can't talk.
I
We
dropped
don't
this
speak
gold
English.
drum key.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Y'all are
you
crazy.
lay on, Joe, when you lay on the couch so long, that gold key will put an indentation in your leg.
Yeah.
You'll have Rev Al be stuck in your leg.
Oh, not only
Better
him,
love that
so
drum.
would
Reverend Willie B. Styles.
oh god. Well, let's see. Timothy Pierce makes a great statement. Hey, have any of you played an Igniter? Is that what that is? Igniter, hand-wired amp from Amp Class. Going to the Amp Class is on my bucket list. I bought a used 20 watt. It plays so good. Just bought a custom audio 1x12 for it.
Wow, killer.
Like that.
No, I haven't played one. I wish I could try something like that.
Sounds
I haven't
wicked.
either. I haven't
One
either.
review I haven't. I've never tried one.
Man,
I've
that
never
must
tried
sound
that
killer.
either, Mr. Pierce. I've never tried that either, man. Wow. That's cool, man.
That shopping cart's fixing to get full, Joe.
No, sir. No. I like to do what they call window shop. I'll sit there and browse.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We all have done that. We sit there and,
know.
well, I had in my
You can't-
cart,
You can't see through the window.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I picture Joe in the bed with his wife and the phone, and he's got it tilted just enough so she can't see what he's looking at.
No, I don't do that. But if she does look, she's like,
What are you looking at over there?
looking
New
at guitars.
New
Why
email
in the
from
hell
Steve
are you
Amps.
looking at that?
Yeah. I got this
I get
email
the
from
eye
Steve
roll,
Amps. Yeah, yeah. I don't get the eye roll. I get this. Like, oh shit. Okay, never mind. Look here. I'm like, oh god.
Steve Amps, get your bail money out.
Yeah.
Steve
Bill
Amps.
Bonting.
Bail
Get this man out of here.
Hey, before you know it, Joe's going to be
Oh.
running. Hey, we're running Super Chat. Okay, guys. We're running the Super Chat button. Joe needs money for flowers.
Yeah, super chat. Yeah.
Cheryl needs flowers.
Please
Man.
donate now.
Oh. What's that thing they call people start on Facebook? What's that thing that people try to raise money?
Go
Yeah,
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Yeah.
GoFundMe. There. Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
need a new
Somebody said that
guitar.
on Facebook.
GoFundMe.
Somebody, yeah, that's exactly what they said. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe so Joe could get another guitar. I was like, hell no. Oh, don't do that, man.
No, not
No.
guitars, man. Just GoFundMe just for flowers. Flowers
Yeah.
for your wife. And then
Yeah.
you can go make Sweetwater
Or for my
purchases.
grave.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
good
That's
Lord
it.
of mercy. Holy smokes, man.
You
Phew.
gotta mix it up.
Oh, my goodness.
And what's this?
Oh,
This
Lord, that's
segment
great,
brought
man.
to you by Joe. This segment's brought to you by.
Moon pie.
Bossier Coffee House.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
And moon pie.
Yeah. Can't
Yes,
forget them nasty
absolutely.
yellow moon pies. Oh God. Joe.
And Little Debbie's snack cakes. Yes, Little Debbie as well. Man, golly. Holy smokes. Where do we get all these sponsors? Oh, yeah, and Emergency. Thanks, Emergency.
Hey, I have some right here.
I have some too. I bought a
Yeah.
box
Does that
today. Yes.
Does that work good
Did
for
you
you,
really?
Joe?
That's awesome.
Super orange.
Yes,
That's
sir,
the
man.
worst tasting.
I gotta give it up to Emergency, man. I'm
Good
telling
stuff,
you.
man.
I took
So
my
you
second
never,
one
you never
today.
actually never got. You were feeling like you were coming down with something, but that stuff.
I was kind of, I was feeling kind of so the other night. What was that? Thursday night? Yeah. So I was on the phone with you guys, and then I talked to the gym later, and I said, I feel like my neck's achy and all that, and all of a sudden,
Our emergency is here to help.
I was like, oh, that sounds terrific. I got, poured in some water, shook it up.
I'm all shook up.
Anyways, shook it up. I downed that sucker, man, and I was like, all right, man. I took another one today. I was like, hell yeah, man.
Man, whatever works, you know. Good
Thank you,
stuff.
Mr. Scheinberg. Mr. Scheinberg says he's out of here. Thank you, guys.
See,
Thank you,
Yeah,
Adam.
Adam. Later on, Adam.
See you, Adam. Right on.
Let's see
Visually
here,
has a question. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Jim. What's it say?
Question for any detuner users: is there a remedy for the strings turning sharp when engaging the detuner back to E flat?
Oh, wait a minute. E flat. Was it is his? You must be.
Well,
He's in tune. Go ahead,
Versus
Adam.
E.
Whoever knows, go ahead. Yeah. Anybody?
Shoot, I got to
I
do
don't.
but
I don't use it. So
Yeah, I got on the Wolf game.
guess-
But, I really like the floating Floyd Rose. For me, but I don't really like the D10. I really hadn't used it since I've had.
I
the
know
Wolf
there's
game.
a
I played around with
there's a little oh man, I know there's like a little bolt on the side or something on the
there's
D2 the piece
fine
itself.
adjustment on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine adjustment screw. Thank you, Adam. That you
But-
can mess with, Mr. Pierce.
I think sometimes
Go ahead, but
you got to make sure that bridge is sitting totally flat, because I had problems like that too. I noticed my bridge wasn't sitting, flush with the body.
flush. Okay.
I have a
Right.
Music Man, and
Mm-hmm.
and make sure your strings are stretched. And I forget if you have to undo all the Allen key, on the
Mm-hmm.
on the neck, or what do you call them? The block, the locking nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think you have to undo them all, tune it with a fine screw, and then lock them down, and then fine adjust it all. I forget what worked for me, but there was something I did that it started going. It was perfect every time I pull it out and put it in. It was fine. But what I
Right.
did was I stripped the Allen screw in mine. So what I have to do is every time I pull it out and pop it back in, I have to use the fine tuner, right? So kind of defeats the purpose. But
yeah.
not much. I just have to give it a little pull back and forth.
A little adjustment here.
Little adjustment.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. But I noticed that over time, the bridge would start to sit off the back of my guitar, right? So I had to crank the trem springs back, put them,
Oh wow, golly.
a little bit more touch. I'm only running 9s, but I just noticed as the season goes, and I play my guitar every day, I can tell if it's something moves or neck moves,
yeah,
Right.
Trim
It's
stop will help.
it's
that.
amazing how much humidity can throw that
Oh,
into whack.
oh God, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit of humidity, and all of a sudden, you drop your D-tune, and all of a sudden, because the neck could be swollen, it could bow in, bow out. A lot of variables,
absolutely.
right? But
Oh God, yeah. With the temperature, yeah.
I always make
absolutely.
sure that bridge is flush. I always put a piece of paper in between, so I
Mhm.
have the same gap, on the bridge posts, and then I go from there, and then I work my way up
Yeah, you
from
can,
there and see
you-
see what it does, right?
you can get a trim stop so it's a little more stable with it not floating like that. On those
True, I
big
could,
strings.
yeah, I could.
So-
But I don't have any problems with my guitar. I know it that good that it never goes out of tune. Pretty much.
Right. Because your
But
guitar.
when you get new strings, it will also go out of tune too, right? Until they
oh
stretch.
yeah.
Until
always
they
gotta give
stretch,
them
yeah, they
you
have to
got to give them
stretch it.
3-4 days, of playing, and they'll
Oh
actually
yeah,
settle.
playing time, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, then when they settle, then I go from there, right? But that's just
That's like when I was
Everybody's
playing
different.
my. Yeah, you're right. Because when I was playing my Wolfgang today earlier, yeah, if you noticed, if you go back on that video and look, there's a few times I had to tune it because those strings are new strings, and then I would play it and use the dive bar, whatever,
reach
yeah.
over
doing
and
dive bombs and
adjust it.
stuff,
Yeah,
and I looked and
brand
I
new
was like,
strings will
"Whoa,
do that."
man, that's out," and I was like, "Wait
That's
a
right.
minute, why is this out of tune?" And the guy said, "Because I'm Steve Amps, and you'll do what I say."
Yeah.
No, but yeah, they will stretch. They absolutely. Well, you have to give it.
I have to. I have to agree with the comment Timothy Pierce makes. He said he uses a floating Floyd and he doesn't use the detuner. Yeah, I like the floating one better.
Oh, really?
I'm with
Okay.
I mean, on my Kramer, I have the old, the floating Floyd. And
Right.
it's just-
Yeah.
I like being able to bend up. I like being able to pull up on the bar and
On the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the EVH Floyd, but just as my preference. I mean, it's still.
I got used to the DVH Floyd, and I love it. But I'm like you, Jim, and
right.
other people in Synner. I rarely do I use that D tuner. I don't never hardly use it
I
at
played
all.
around with it a little bit, but I just really hadn't. Yeah,
I haven't used it at all.
Yeah,
it looks pretty.
It just wasn't.
yeah, it's cool.
If that's what you like, I just don't really care about playing in drop D. It just doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, don't blame me. I mean, I need it a lot.
Mr. Pierce.
I play in a lot of drop D and D, so I
do
need
you?
that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it works for me.
Oh, cool.
I only have one guitar. Don't forget, I don't have.
That's true.
As many guitars as you guys got. You guys can just pull one up with different tunings. I got to tune my guitar every time I play.
I keep my stuff all in 8440. I ain't got no different tunings
me too.
over here.
I keep everything standard. Yeah.
You can call Steve Amp, check with him.
Steve Amp, yeah, we'll be calling him up.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Amp, what's the deal over here? I set up my guitar with new strings and come back a few days later. There you go. The strings. What is he? Mr. Pierce says the strings spank after a retune. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, but that just comes with the territory with these strings.
They do, yeah.
I like getting the mileage out of the strings. I mean, to me, I just, unless I break one, I'll go ahead and change the set. But it's
same here. Yeah. Same here.
Clean them up, and that's just me.
I've actually I actually go tops a month on a set of strings. I used to go 2 weeks, but I don't play as much as I used to.
You change that much out of them?
Wow. I find, for me, I notice a difference. It's not in the tone. I find them more slinky and easier to play when they're fresh. They start to, because you start to tighten them up, they start to lose their stretch, and then for me, they lose. I don't know. They're
very
not as
interesting.
Fun to play. I love a new set of strings. I like them like a week old. A week old, 2 weeks, perfect. Once they start getting to 3-4 weeks, I change them because they're cheap enough to change. And I play, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They lose their 20. For me, they lose their sustain. I find, but that's just me.
Everybody likes something different.
Yeah. I see. Mr. Pierce says 2 weeks. 2 weeks on the set for him.
I agree with Mr. Pierce. Yeah, that's how I used to change them. Believe it or not, I used to change them every week, but I'm nuts. I play a lot of guitar.
Wow.
I do play a lot.
There you go. There you go. What is your? That is a great question that just spawned a great question. How often do you guys practice? Do you still consider it practice, or do you just like to noodle and jam along? I mean, what do you feel yeah, me too. I mean, what do you feel you're at a certain place in your guitar playing that you're like, do I really need to work on scales? Do I need? I mean, everybody's different because everybody's level is different. But
I think you can always.
What do you think? And we'll start with Adam here. Go ahead, Adam. What do you think?
Personally, I like to keep up my. I don't think. I mean, you can always learn more stuff. I mean, let's face it.
Oh, absolutely.
You're always learning. I think I am, but I like to keep my chops up. I like to keep the speed up and the pick attack up, and I don't.
Yeah.
I'll play. On a good day, I'll play 2 to 3 hours a night, and I'll do that 7 days a week, and I've been for a long time. Because I took 10 years off, but I love guitar that much that it's not really work for me, or I don't look at it as practice. But yeah, I want to keep that. I want to keep the speed up because as you get older, it's harder, right?
Yeah, that's what I find too. That's why I try to play at least. I put in some hours on the weekend, but of course through the week I might try to play 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, something, just to try to keep my in condition. Just to try to keep them familiarized with what I want them to do. Because you ever been like let's say, God forbid, out for a surgery or down and out with the flu, or you just sick and then you can't play for like a week or two, and you pick up the guitar to go play and you're like, holy crap! For me, it's kind of, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a struggle.
Absolutely. I was just gonna say,
try to get back to where you was at. And it was like, man, 2 weeks ago I was blazing. Now it's like, oh, I can't even do nothing.
It's not like riding a bicycle. You ride a bike and they say, once you ride a bicycle, you ride a bicycle. That's true. You take a little bit of time off on guitar, and you feel it. You feel it a week, even a couple
it
days.
Shows. Yeah.
If you've been playing every single day for hours a day, and then you take even a day off, you notice it.
It shows, man.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely shows. What about you, Synner? What do you think about your practice regimen?
Whenever I have free time, I pick it up. I have no idea how much I play a day, really, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, I can vouch for Synner. Synner plays lots.
Yeah, even on the phone calls or whatever,
He's always got a guitar in his hand. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But
man.
you got the beauty of switching it up. If Synner doesn't have a good guitar day, he can pick up a bass and wail.
Yeah, that does help.
He's got the best of both worlds. Right.
He does.
Wow. That's cool.
And he's got lots of choices too, which is nice.
That's good for your hands too, going from guitar then to bass, and then back from bass back to guitar. It's like it's like, oh man, it's a struggle. And then you go back to guitar, it's like, oh, this is a breeze because your hands are so used to that much more pressure on the bass.
Synner,
I did that
today. Doing Synner?
I played probably 2 hours on bass today, and I was playing like Pantera, which is hard. I mean, I haven't played that long. And forever, my fingers are just tore up. And I went back to guitar, and I hit it like a G chord, and it sounded so bad because I pressed it so hard. I'm like, what's wrong with this guitar?
The intonation's messed up.
Different attack. It's a different attack, but man, that's great that you can do that.
That is awesome. What about you, Mr. Guidry?
Well, I try to play every day. I mean, time-wise, I mean, it just varies. Like Synner. I mean, it depends on what's going on. And, like today, this morning, I played, hour and a half, maybe an hour, just unplugged, just messing around. But I'm still, I still feel like I'm in the woodshed. I'm still trying to improve. And
you ain't in the woodshed. Are you kidding me?
No, seriously, I feel like, for 2 years when me and you were collaborating, and I was messing around with the drums, I didn't even pick the guitar up for a couple of years, and I can't believe I did that. Yeah.
I can't either.
We talked about
looking back on it now, I can't believe that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And, cause I was, of course it didn't show in my playing on drums, but, I guess Alex got that gene, but yeah, I try to play every day. I mean, sometimes I can't, but as much as I can, but yeah, and sometimes, with me, if I don't play for a day or two and I come back, sometimes it's a little fresher.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but sometimes, it's like it spawns some.
Oh yeah, when you take a break, sure.
Yeah.
Breaks up the monotony a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah,
absolutely.
I try to play every day if I can. And, fortunately, sometimes a lot of nights me and Alex get to play, which is great. To have a drummer to play with. But the beat buddy,
absolutely,
the beat buddy works. The beat buddy works great.
Yeah, you're lucky you got
Alex in the box.
Jam with Killer. He's a great drummer, man.
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah.
Dry Heat 480 makes a statement. He wants to know: has anybody ever watched the Sammy Hagar interview with Tom Brokaw on YouTube? Very amusing.
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
With Tom Brokaw? I've seen the interview with Dan Rather.
Yeah, Dan Rather.
I've seen the interview with Dan Rather, but not Tom Brokaw. I haven't
seen that. Is that old or is that fairly recent? Is it for...
the one with Dan Rather, that's called The Big Interview. I've seen that. That was great. But with Tom Brokaw, I don't recall that. I don't, unless that's something that I've just missed. I don't know.
Yeah, the Dan Rather interview was really insightful.
Yeah, it was.
Some details. Yeah. It was kind of funny to see Dan Rather in that Lamborghini.
Ferrari?
Yeah, Lamborghini.
Ferrari. Yeah. It was funky. He looked like he's kind of nervous there for a few minutes.
I seen that when he took a ride. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'll tell you one thing with the roads in Shreveport, you couldn't drive that joker nowhere around this town.
Oh, it would the way it is around here. It would the road, the potholes and everything. It'd mess it up. It'd be over with.
Yeah.
It'd be over with. That thing would be out of alignment and part of it would be broke and everything. You can just forget it. It'd be all tore up, man. All tore up. Lord of mercy, man. Golly.
Mr. Pierce said dry heat, talking about dry heat, great show. His amp class amps are so cool.
Bruce Ignator. He's talking about he was on Tone Talk show. That's what they're talking about.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
he was on Tone Talk Show and they was talking about those amps and stuff, which is really cool. I'm not familiar with those amps, but hey, man, that's awesome. Yeah, very awesome. Cool deal, gentlemen. We are at right at 5 minutes past the hour. Is there anything else anybody like to touch on? Any other? So maybe something I missed. Maybe there's something you was wanting to talk about that I didn't catch.
No,
I can think of.
I'm good. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm good too.
We touch on
Cool.
lots of
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. When everybody, again, we have Synner and Adam EVH joining Jim and myself, and check out their podcast, That Metal Stage, on YouTube. Gentlemen, when is your next show? Do you have any idea?
We're thinking next Friday, but we don't have a time yet.
Okay, so just keep your heads up for That Metal Stage sometime next Friday.
Yes.
You know, just subscribe to their channel, hit that bell icon so you could get the notifications if they work. Sometimes click the bell icon on my channel and they don't get the notifications, and I'm like, oh, you know. So it's just a dice,
I didn't mean to cut you off, Joe. I was reading T.W.P comment. Well, he's going to Cabo in Mexico next month.
Oh, is he really?
Very cool.
Oh, he's going to. I've never been, but I'm going there next month, the week of Thanksgiving. Wow!
Oh, that'll be cool.
Congratulations, T.W.P.
Yes.
Mr. Pierce says, as I mentioned before, without used gear, I would not be able to sample so many types of gear. It's very true, Mr. Pierce. It's very true, and man, there ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Nope.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Yes. So, what about you, Jimbo? Anything else you'd like to touch on, man?
No, I'm good. Just check out like you said, check out the Metal Stages podcast. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
And
thank you.
Appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate everybody that came in the chat.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you, everybody who came in the chat. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having us, Joe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, thank you for being here. I really enjoy it. Absolutely.
Lots of fun, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Good stuff.
Great time, man. A blast. And so, yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for checking this out again this evening with us. We've been doing this, Jim, about a month now?
Yeah. Yep.
I think we've been doing about these podcasts for about a month. They seem to be doing pretty good.
Enjoy.
I have a great time, and now we got Synner and Adam join us too whenever they can. It's a lot of fun. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely.
Timothy Pierce says, bye. See you later. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Pierce. Mr. Michael Bishop says, have a good night.
Good night,
TWF.
Great weekend,
everyone. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
TWF says, great show. Thank you, TWF. The Vigilant says, all right.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Vigilant.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Later on,
Blackie DH
DH.
later, guys. Thank you.
Good night, Blackie.
Thank you. Yeah, I gotta
Later,
work
man.
tomorrow too. Yeah, I have to work tomorrow myself, so it's back to work for me. So thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you if you're listening to this on the replay. Thank you so much. Be sure to check the links below in the description to find out more about Joe Wentz Project T-shirts or other apparel, anything else. All kind of social media links are also down below. Check it out. And again, thank you to Synner and Adam EVH and my co-host, Mr. Jim Guidry from Shreveport.
All right, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Thank
Thanks,
you, folks.
guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having us,
Appreciate it.
guys. Yeah, all right.
All right,
Good night,
guys.
everyone.
Everybody have a great one, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Peace out.